Dissector, you are an idiot. I just exploded.
Hey, Ryan, why don't you pull up Amazon's margins real quick?
Well, yeah, I'd have more of a grin on my face than Stephen Hawking on Epstein's Island.
I'm off as a smug cock when you said that.
Wow, fiscal philosophy, you're not very smart at all. You screw up, cash flow kings. Dissector, you are an idiot.
Hello, everybody. Hello, high yield dividend warriors, one could say. It's Saturday. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. And on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, there is only one thing to do. And fiscal, some people could be doing some pretty naughty habits, you could say, right now. What are some of those habits they could be doing?
Oh, they could be out on the porch smoking a doob.
Not good.
You know what I mean?
Stink up the neighborhood, too. Stink up the neighborhood.
They could be using the products that have caused our stock to get the CFK bump and go up 40% since the round table.
We'll discuss that.
Yeah. Or, they could be investing in high yield dividends.
They could possibly be doing that.
They could be. They could be drinking sake bombs. You never know. Yeah. They could be not watching the Cash Flow Kings live, and that would just be the worst possible thing that they could be doing.
Yeah, it's the unforgivable sin, one could say. Cabo comes in with an amazing comment here. Did you hear that Khmer let Jay fuck his wife? You could be doing that.
Allegedly, that's an unconfirmed rumor.
Yeah, it's allegedly. We didn't say that here on the Cash Flow King. That's amazing. Welcome back, everybody. Though it's Saturday, it's 8 p.m. Eastern. Only one place to be during the week. By the way, everybody, next week is our Halloween special episode. All I have to say is that you're going to have to be there. It's not you want to be there. You're going to have to be there. Get your plans next weekend. Cancel them off for Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Fiscal, do you know what your costume is going to be? You can't tell. It's a surprise.
I have a very good idea. I actually was just telling somebody what my plan was. Unfortunately, we'll just say that not everybody will know, but everybody in our audience probably will.
Okay. I'll say this. I have an amazing costume, and I've hinted at it a little bit throughout the shows but I've had this plan since like beginning of the year. So I mean, I'm really looking forward to it.
He's going as Khmer, guys. He's going to show up in a red Tesla hat.
No comment. Anything could happen.
By the way, I have no idea what his costume is. If that ends up being right, then it's because I am the Oracle.
Hey, there's only one way. There's literally only one way to figure out, and it's by tuning into the Cash Flow Kings next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
We should set up
how is it fake? How does it fake? It's WW. Yeah, it's YieldMax is scripted. They have the scripted performance. They just won't tell you. Jay knows it. While we're on the topic of people predicting things in the future, interfering with our systems, some illegal tampering possibly, who else would it be better to bring on to the Cash Flow Kings than the sweaty pumpkin himself? It is the Halloween season.
Yeah.
Welcome in. It is the coach. Welcome in.
Yeah, great to be back, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Welcome on.
Yeah,
orange pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I think since the Forbidden episode 32, which you can catch if you are a channel member, by the way. Only $2 a month. Best $2 you could possibly spend.
For sure. Yeah, well worth it.
Yeah. Free endorsement. Coach, what has been going on with you as of recently? You're in a car right now. Are you on the run from a certain somebody? What's going on?
I guess a little bit of both. I mean, I'm parked right now. But
don't stay
in order to do this, I needed to, get to where I was going and just kind of park. So all good.
Yeah, we wouldn't want the Oracle to find you.
Right. Yeah, definitely not. I turned off all my, tracking and stuff. So.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's going off cellular data right now. He's got
his connection to CFK tonight is encrypted.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's using NordVPN.
Sponsor, hopefully one day.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Shamir
not
in here.
sponsored yet, guys.
Shamir has had McDonald's every single day, I think, this week. The last like 4 or 5 days in the due diligence photo section of the Discord. It's actually unreal.
Well, speaking of McDonald's, you know what's bullish? BRK. I had Dairy Queen for lunch.
Oh, what'd you get there? The nuggets or tenders?
Yeah, I just got the chicken tenders, and the meal came with like a little ice cream, thing. I didn't know it came with a dessert, and I was like, oh, a bonus, nice.
Cheap meal. The rich piano.
Yeah.
Cheap
Honestly,
meal.
I will say that Dairy Queen's fries, they are underrated and they are goated. They're good.
I've never had Coach with the sunglasses. I can't because they're in a dark car. I can't stay focused.
Little the future's so bright, you know.
Little known fact about Coach. It doesn't matter if he wears sunglasses while driving at night because he's blind. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Might as well be with my prescription. I mean,
don't admit that.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of drama since the last time I was on.
I don't know if we can address the episode 32. Maybe we'll do a little subtle hints, but what's been going on in terms of drama recently? I'm sure we can make the whole episode about it if we wanted to.
Well, so that person in particular did kind of back off finally, but me and Kumair's channel got into it a little bit. He was really mad that I've had Jay on so much, and I think he was getting a little upset. And so he did a video and hid it behind a paywall, and you can see the English is phenomenal. It said, why is Jay keep going on same YouTuber? And it's behind a paywall. So I'm fixing to have him back on, and I'm going to do like a poll to my audience, and I'm going to say, why is Jay keep coming back on same YouTuber? And I'm going to make like a multiple choice, like because he's awesome, because he's cool, something like that.
Yeah.
Is it because maybe you actually ask thoughtful and informative questions that actually like give good information to the audience when they're answered or discussed, versus Khmer, how you explain the Navarosian? I keep hearing Navarosian. I don't understand the Navarosian. I don't know how to explain Navarosian.
Yeah, I would think so. I think Jay had fun on there. Someone got him on there.
Yeah. I definitely want to cover that because I was a little sad when he went on there. I'll be honest, Coach.
I felt like he was just doing his best to be nice, like to like very gently be like, you don't want to like if you're not like very, very wealthy, you don't want to have all you really don't want to like these aren't. He even basically said the products aren't for anybody with like less than 6 figures.
Right.
Like if your total worth, your total equity is below 6 figures, this isn't really a product that is meant for you.
Exactly.
Let alone just like going all in on margin.
Exactly. Some of what I see is just insane in the high yield community. I mean, just maxing out margin and people like $70,000 in the hole, but they're getting the income. Right.
At some point, it's free money, and we just got it. We're just going to have to learn to accept it.
Right. Yep.
So what was your initial reaction when you saw that Jay actually went on to Khameir's meeting, we could say?
I heard it was going to happen before it did because he's got a couple of fans out there, like a couple of other channels. Like there's this like SoCal Steve channel that made an entire video like calling Jay out for not going on his channel because he had been on all the other high yield channels. And basically, in my opinion, implying that it had something to do with him maybe, I don't know, being Asian or something, which none of this has anything to do with that. But
SoCal Steve, I gotta look at. He called him out for not going on Khameir's channel.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he made a video about it.
Oh, an entire video. He was like on his rooftop or something. It was weird.
So,
but yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, actually, it's funny because like, I actually would totally talk to Jay. Like he seems like a pretty respectable guy as far as like, he'll actually answer questions that you ask and not like, not like deflect or anything like that. Like, I saw Blake's interview with him and that made me gain like some respect for sure.
Yeah. No, he's very good at answering questions. He's never like not answered a question.
Yeah, and I mean, and Blake like asked some like really granular stuff, and Jay really like he came off like somebody that really knows options. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But he was also, from what I understood, he was mad that he didn't get the invite to New York. Because I mean, I will say he is one of the, as far as like YieldMax cheerleaders, he probably is like the top channel for that.
Kumar, you mean?
Yeah, Kumar, yeah. But not everyone knows he actually went to New York with Rec Shares like probably 7 or 8 months ago. Or it was like back in like April, I think.
He got on the Madison Square thing, or the New York. Yeah.
And I figured because they're a competitor of YieldMax, like I don't know. I guess Jade wasn't aware of him, so he didn't go. But it was nothing like personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Do you think with Jay going on all these channels now, it's just kind of a, what do you think? I don't want to say the motive behind it, but like, what do you? I kind of have a guess, but I'd like to hear your thought on it.
Fund managers are starting to do this because it's the best way for them to connect to like the retail community.
Yeah,
they're realizing there's value in social media.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like if they're going on like small to mid-sized YouTube channels that have like these people, you know, we may only have like you and I each have a couple thousand subscribers. Khmer has like 5,000 or something, but those subscribers that we do have generally are pretty highly connected with us, and and we have like a very strong parasocial relationship, which means if we're bringing on this fund manager, the viewers that do tune in, the few hundred or whatever, are a lot more likely to actually really give that some consideration and consider maybe putting some money in, you know?
Oh, yeah. Every time I do an interview with Jay, I mean, I have tons of comments where people are saying, oh, I just bought more of like, what's the Misty, MSTY, or the newest one, PLTY. So it's a direct correlation between him going on and them buying into his funds.
Yeah, it's like enhanced word. I would call it like enhanced word of mouth, basically.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. But yes, some of the channels, I mean, it gets to be repetitive after a while. But not to bash any of the high yield dividend audience, I share some of it. But some of the questions, especially on the Khmer one, it was like, I think you were making fun of it in one of your live streams about just like the Walmart greeter or something. Like, wow, thank you so much, Jay.
Jay, I want to just say thank you so much, Jay. I'm making right now from my job at Walmart and selling hot dogs, I'm making $12,500 a year, but with your products and your things, it's life changing. I'm making $76,000 a year from dividends. It's life changing. Oh, I appreciate it. Once again, our products are not meant for people solely relying on the end. Yeah,
but that group, see, they think like I'm making fun of them when I say that, but no, I'm trying to ask tough questions on their behalf.
So. Actually, it's funny because I'm going to reference back to it because I think it's the only Jay interview I've watched from beginning to end is the one he did with Blake on Brewing Great Returns. Yeah. But, you know, there's a lot of people that have been asking Jay to do a weekly income product.
Right.
And, you know, it would, and some people say that it's because it would compound faster, but what they discussed on there is that they think it's partly because of the people that are trying to get it for the income are so like their finances are managed in such a way that they need income every week and they can't budget on a monthly basis.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah. And also the idea that it compounds faster is actually not true. Jay actually, I think they kind of came to the conclusion that the fund actually, since they sell weekly expirations anyway, what happens is it actually compounds within the ETF before they get the monthly distribution. And it's actually more tax efficient to do it monthly than weekly.
Yes.
Because the ETF itself, I don't think gets taxed. It's just the end user does when they distribute the premiums, if I'm understanding it correctly. Yeah. And so actually the weeklies might end up being slightly less efficient from a total return perspective because of taxes, if you're doing it in a taxable account.
Yeah. And these funds, like if you're in a taxable account, they are horribly tax inefficient.
Yeah. Which by the way, nobody in Khmer's audience understand a word of what we just said.
Right. We lost them.
I think Fiscal, I think we've talked, we'd have Jay on sometime, right? We'd welcome that.
Yeah.
I think he'd be the only one we'd have on, though.
Honestly, it's one of those things where like, I'm always open to reconsidering what I think about something when I see new information. And I actually saw somebody that I respect a lot interview him, and I decided to sit through it from beginning to end and say, hey, let me set aside any preconceived notions I have, because he manages a fund that I happen to, not want to buy. And because some of the people that buy it are idiots, it doesn't mean that he's an idiot, right?
Right.
And so I ended up, learning something, and so, yeah, I definitely would like to at some point have an interesting conversation, ask a few questions, pick his brain a little bit about options,
Yep.
And we and our audience may come away better for it. So
for sure. Yeah. And some of these funds actually are getting better. Like there's a group called Curve Funds. They pay a lower dividend, but they have less NAV erosion, almost in some cases none.
Yeah.
So
do they just do more conservative deltas on their yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it would piss off so many people if we had them on, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's I always appreciate when somebody can like get really granular about options, because that's one of those things where like I dabble a little bit, but like I wouldn't consider myself any kind of an options guru. So anytime I can learn something new about options, I'm all ears. Very excited.
Yeah, I actually just started doing the wheel strategy this week.
Yeah, that's actually where I like one of the first things I started doing in my portfolio, because I was unsure about like which stocks I wanted to buy in 2022, but all the ones that I liked and I thought were like decent at the time, I sold cash secured puts, and I was like, well, like I don't know if it's quite cheap enough, but like if it goes down, well, hey, it's like a limit order I got paid for, basically.
Yep.
And if it doesn't, I get the premium. Unfortunately, I actually did that with Meta at $90. Didn't get the stock because it went back up. I got a lot of premium at the time because it was very volatile, but I would have rather have had the stock, in hindsight. Yeah.
Well, it's a great way, like selling puts is a great way to enter a stock at a price you want. Yeah. And then if you get assigned, you can just sell covered calls and then choose the price you want to sell it at. So like with High Tie, I own 3,000 shares of High Tie in my brokerage account. So I was able to do 30 covered calls on High Tie, made like $700 in premium.
What strike did you do?
250. So I'm comfortable with it being sold at 250 because I've already made a great gain on it.
What was your basis on it?
A basis. Let's see. So I've been in it for like 6 months. And then
you probably got in it like $1.90 or something, huh?
Yeah, probably around that.
Oh yeah.
So
then if it goes away at 250, you've made like 35% or something plus the premium. Something like that. Yeah, that's killer.
Since last
like
year.
if you could do that a couple times a year with a handful of different stocks, you'd be flossing.
Yep. In my Discord, there's a group doing that right now. They've made a lot of money.
Yeah, my cost basis is not quite as juicy as yours on High Tide, so I wouldn't want to lose it at 250. But if it keeps running like it is and gets to like, $354 at some point, then you may, and then it like kind of starts to slow down. You might see me throw some covered calls out there because I've got 4,000 shares. So you and I are in a similar ballpark for how much we have in that one.
Yeah, you can make some good premium on those.
Yeah, because the volatility is going to be higher, so the premium is going to be better if it keeps doing what it's doing.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that idea. Yeah, I've also, and that's one of the reasons, by the way, like people are like, why are you obsessed with having lots of 100 shares? And it's like, well, because I want to be able to use options to squeeze a little bit more juice out of this portfolio at some point.
Yep.
Yeah.
income, for high yield income.
It's for high yield income.
Well,
Like realistically,
um,
if you can even just get an extra like 3 or 4% total return a year off of it, it's still worth it when you look at what the long-term average total return of the market is.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to do it like every week or every month. Just like when you see an opportunity, like, oh, this stock's getting a little bit overvalued, and the momentum is starting to lose some steam. Let's write some calls and hope that it doesn't, breach.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Coach, you're still on high tide.
Oh yeah,
I'd like to hear it.
What's the date? What's the expiration date?
Oh, it's actually the 1st.
January or
November? No.
Oh, November.
Yeah.
All right. Now don't hurt me for saying this, high tide investors, but let's hope that it cools off a little bit so that he can either not get called away or so that he can roll it.
Yeah.
Some of the high tide investors will not like that fiscally, or address will get leaked on Reddit.
By the way, are you gonna try to roll it out to like January or something? You get more premium.
I was thinking not, like, if it just gets called away, I'll just buy back in because I'm confident that it's going to get to $5 and higher eventually.
If it gets called away, are you going to buy back in by selling 250 puts? Because okay,
exactly.
All right, I like it.
Yep,
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
I am loving the high tide gains right now, Fiscal, which is literally solely because of our round table. By the way, 40% it's been up since then. It's just stupid. It's
there's so much momentum coming for it because, like, in my home state, they're about to legalize the substance, so there's a lot of like headwinds for it.
Yeah. Have you? All right. So another fan favorite, at least on my channel, is Grab. Have you looked at Grab at all?
Mm-mm.
No. So think Uber, but in Southeast Asia.
Oh, and basically developing market.
Yeah. Well, except Singapore, which of course is a developed market, but pretty small. But that's one of, like, basically Grab and High Tide are my 4th and 5th largest holdings respectively. So they've been on a little bit of a run. They're actually in a lot of ways, like, in my opinion, superior to Uber, and that's why I bought them instead of Uber, right? And also, in case people are like worried, like, oh, well, what if Uber comes? It's not going to happen. Uber actually owns a stake, and Uber's CEO is on Grab's board of directors.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically in an alliance of sorts.
Yeah.
And I think that Grab is like financially positioned to be the dominant player in the region. They have one publicly traded Indonesian competitor, but they're only in Indonesia, versus Grab, which has that entire region of the world basically locked down.
Nice. So it reminds me of a company that I had looked into, I want to say like 5 years ago before COVID. It was supposed to be like Netflix, but out of China. And it did really well for a while. It was one of like the Motley Fool's recommended stocks.
Oh.
But after COVID, company was called IQIYI, ticker symbol IQ, and it did really well until like 2020, and it just never recovered.
That sounds familiar. I think I probably caught wind of or saw some of the hype on Wall Street Bets or something.
Yep. Yeah.
I was browsing Wall Street Bets during COVID. Sorry, guys.
There was a lot of money to be made in options during COVID. Like, I could show you the $500,000 Amazon call option.
Yeah. If I knew during the beginning of COVID half of what I know now, I would probably have stacks fatter than Jeremy's or Kevin's or.
Yep, I've said the same thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Fiscal, I can't wait till we start the CFK portfolio.
Oh yeah. We're definitely going to do that in the future. We'll have CFK Investing Corp, and we're gonna have a CFK brokerage account where.
Yeah, how are we gonna manage that, you think, with the LLC?
I think honestly, we just set up an entity, get a brokerage on a platform that allows entity accounts. Schwab allows them, but they want to open a new one. So transfers from TD Ameritrade were grandfathered in and didn't have like a minimum, but to open a new entity level brokerage account with Schwab, they want to have a relationship total of at least 250K of assets with them. But starting at the beginning of 2025,
Channel memberships are $2 right now, by the way, everybody. If you want to become a channel member,
I think actually starting in the beginning of 2025, there's if I make, there's a certain thing I'm going to be doing, and if I do it with Schwab, we actually could be close to that. And if I'm involved, they might let it like transfer. So we may be able to use Schwab for it.
And we could do like we could have like certain episodes where we like go over. We have me and you research a stock. We have the viewers vote on it eventually. It would be fun, would it not?
Oh yeah. I mean, I already do the thing where I let people vote on stocks on on my channel. But honestly, I think we could have like a viewer's choice award where we occasionally let the audience pick a stock for the CFK portfolio. I think that'd be fun.
Our audience would troll it, dude. We're gonna get a bunch of like it's just gonna be all Starbucks.
Or let them vote like on which guest gets to choose our next stock.
Oh,
because like we're known for our guests, I think, more than anything. So like we have like a roster of like 5 or 6 guests that have appeared recently, and we say whichever guest you guys vote for here, whichever one gets the most votes, they get to pick our next stock.
Coaches is Tesla. It's like Amazon, no. Tesla.
I will not recommend Tesla. Yeah.
Amazon, Tesla, High Tide.
Well, to be fair, I think that whatever guest they'll be motivated to try to like do a good pick because their reputation will be like if they pick us a stock that 10x's, like it ends up looking good on them later when we say because at the end of the year we can do a show of which guest's stock performed the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See,
big things for CFK in the future.
I think mine NVIDIA stock.
You'd choose NVIDIA?
Yeah.
The portfolio would 5 years that thing's tanking. It will go up long term. Speaking of things that also go up long term, become a channel member today for only $2 a month. Support our path to becoming an entity, brokerage account, whatever Fiscal just said. Give us your money. We give you your pride and access to episode 32. So that's value right there. I
unlimited impersonation requests.
Unlimited impersonation requests too. Anytime that like any of our channel members, anytime Bacon, anytime Seymour Duck wants it, I am obligated to do of anybody, and it's
nice.
Best investment you can make.
What is underutilized is that I will actually any Arnold Schwarzenegger quote you want, I'll do it. Or if you want, I'll quote Samuel Jackson from Pulp Fiction. I know the entire Ezekiel 25:17 verse from memory. So a channel member just has to ask, and I'm going for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a special bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Eric comes in and asks, not seeing many deals on the market. I agree 100%. Any stocks you guys are buying or looking to buy? I'll start off. I mean, I've just been indexing recently. That's literally all I've done.
So, I'm always a fan of Amazon under 180. I'm trying to get to 100 shares of Disney before they get back over 100. I was really hoping they'd stay at like 89, 90 longer, but Disney's not terrible at today's price.
No.
If you believe that Intel isn't a zero, it's probably okay right now. If you believe it's not a zero, but if you believe it's a zero, then obviously don't buy it because you'll lose all your money. High Tide's still not terribly expensive. Grab is still not terribly expensive. BTI just went back down to like 5 times free cash flow or something. BTI is, I think, not a bad choice, especially if the Fed keeps cutting interest rates. I think BTI will eventually, people will say at some point when treasuries, drop a bit lower. Granted, I know that like 10 years or whatever are up. But eventually, if the Fed keeps cutting, people will look at BTI as like 8% yield and be like, huh, interesting. And they do buybacks.
Income.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like, hey, BTI's cash flow is not going anywhere. So,
you know what I'm a big fan of? So my investment strategy is a little more risky. I like a lot of leveraged funds. So like the NASDAQ has been on a run this year and last year. So like the TQQQ, I actually trade options on those. And like the day the Fed announced that they were going to lower interest rates like 0.5 point, I made like a quick $1,000 on TQQQ on call options.
Wow. You could buy a lot of Cash Flow Kings channel memberships with $1,000. Everybody, just want to bring
You
that
could.
up.
Yes,
you could.
absolutely. In fact, I'd say that might be the best way to spend $1,000 today is on 500 CFK memberships.
Yeah,
Just give them out in the
a
chat.
lifetime supply. Yeah, dude.
We sell them on
I-
Amazon for twice the price.
Buy canned food. Do you guys think we're going to see a dip come election season? Volatility, anything?
I would say it depends. Like, I just have this feeling, like not saying one way or the other, but like if Trump wins, I think the market will keep going up.
Yeah.
So my general feeling on that is don't know, nor do I care.
Yeah. it doesn't
Because
matter, really.
all that happens if it runs, my stocks go up. If it dips, hey, I might get an interesting buying opportunity on something.
Well, I mean, you got to care. You're happy. You care that you're happy, and you get to buy more stocks at a discounted price. No.
Hey, I'm used. Look, people are like, the day my portfolio went down 4% was the most important day of my life. But to me, it was just Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah. My portfolio has like been doing suspiciously good, dude. Like I'm not doing much with YouTube, so I mean that income's kind of down. But I think with the portfolio, the way it's been running a bit recently, I think that income has been supplemented, or it's in terms of like net worth.
It's because you've been watching Kumair, right?
Obviously, dude. Obviously, high yield dividends.
Yep.
Yeah, we always talk about the things that we do for like a 15% market correction or something, just to see what happened at Kumair's YieldMax.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, literally. Like I was just getting effing slaughtered, and Kumair was getting margin called. I was like, you know what? I'll eat it for a while if I get to see him go. If I get to see him go to zero, like I don't effing care. Like, yeah, just keep dropping market, go down another 10-15%. I'm good. Like, yeah, it'll like on paper, it'll look like I'm getting wrecked, but I'll be fine because I own the commons. They'll just come back.
Exactly.
As long as the businesses don't actually go to zero, I'll be fine. But if you just own, if all you own is funds that sell options on options, man, like those price movements really hurt.
Yep. Well, and I think what he's doing, and I don't watch him a lot, but people in my Discord like watch him all the time. So what I think he's doing, he's moved to Robinhood.
Yep, to cover up.
Finding, it's like the classic grifter move.
Yeah,
he's covering up his losses and stuff.
Yeah, because when every day when he opened up Schwab, it would show like negative 50K or whatever it was he was down. But on Robinhood, it doesn't show it that way. It just displays your buying power and everything. So with Robinhood, it's super easy to like mask like how bad your performance actually is, and that's the reason he prefers it. And of course, they probably gave him like a couple % cash bonus for transferring over and stuff, which in his situation, he needs all the help he can get. So I don't blame him.
He's got a wife with expensive tastes.
That's another topic of discussion we could talk about. Yeah. What's the deal with her? She's just a complete gold digger.
Sounds like
from what I've heard. Yeah, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
She seems like a low value woman that lives a high value lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that that Kumair is actually tiny. Like, like I've heard he's about the size of an average Japanese woman in real life.
I gotta go to the coach next time they got one of these rec shares conferences. We gotta go. We gotta all
about. Okay,
Fabio said he's a turbo manlet. That was, or was it strongman that said that? One of them said turbo manlet.
Like Fabio.
Was Fabio? Okay.
So
Sounds like
actually,
something Strongman would say, though.
if you go and look when he was at the Rec Shares conference, he's very short. He's probably like not even 5'1".
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's great. Like, because I'm 5'7", so like if I get to feel like a giant, it's a good day for me.
Yeah. When I was on the stage, I felt short compared to some of the people there.
Yeah, how was you went on the trip there? Who was there? How was the trip?
Oh, it was great. So it was a lot of the other high yield channels, like so Retire on Dividends was there, Max Convexity was there, Corey was there, Andre
was the Oracle? Was the Oracle there?
No, that would have been something.
What if he rolled up in his Lambo?
That would have been hilarious. So Jay was aware of him. I noticed he changed channel names. I don't know how much you guys want to get into on here, because I know it causes issues.
We can get it. We can get into it moderately. I'll say that moderately.
Okay. But he was using a certain channel name before, and I know Jay actually felt at one point that was almost like he was using their namesake. So that
because it was their fund name and then TV.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's funny. Actually, now I think of it.
Yeah.
He only continues to exist because Jay is merciful.
Well, no, he changed the name. I don't know if that was why, but he did.
I gotta see what it is now. I haven't looked.
Yeah,
I think Oracle ETFs. Yeah. But it was funny. Like I enjoyed the attention from him. He was making videos on me. Like we took a tuk and kind of got ripped off, and he did a video of that. He's like, "Oh, look, Coach can't afford an Uber," you know. So.
Yeah.
But we had the passive income investing guy. He's got like 80,000 subs. He was there. And several others. There was at least probably 12 influencers there.
Yeah, me and Fiscal we gotta find our way to end up in one of those. That would just be the funniest thing ever. We'd be like Dumb and Dumber at that
roll up in the really outrageous tuxedos.
Yeah.
In the rented supercar.
We should totally
look at passive income. His name's Adrian. He wore like a green shirt on the stage. And so I was wearing around like this, like the John Daly money shirt. And Jay was like, "Oh, are you going to wear that on stage?" And I thought he was joking, but he was like, "Oh no, you could have. It would have stood out." You know?
Do you remember, Ryan probably doesn't remember this infomercial, but Coach, you might, because I feel like we're probably similar age.
Mm-hmm.
It was like late 90s, early 2000s. There was this guy named Matthew Lesko who wore he was an old guy with like these suits with dollar signs on them.
Mm-hmm.
that had like these books he sold about like government grants and stuff. And he was like, "Free money from the government.
Okay.
Just buy these books and sign up for grants. I'll teach you how to do it."
Yeah.
I feel like just go up on stage with one of his dollar sign suits.
Mm-hmm.
Just do the Vince McMahon walk.
That would actually be great. Looking back, I would have worn the dollar sign shirt onto the floor of the stock exchange, because for some reason I thought the New York trip was going to like skyrocket all of our followings. We did grow, but like not really that much. So.
Yeah.
But it was a fun trip though.
Yeah, it was nice that I saw you and Andre got the link up for the first time. I mean, I don't know if it was the first time, but it was good.
So are we going to do that the same time as the McDonald's mukbang and the
we totally
or whatever?
Should. We totally we'd have to plan that out. I don't know how we get an invite to one of those things, Fiscal. That'd be kind of we can.
Well, I think you guys didn't like if you get closer to Jay, or if you have Jay on, some of your audience might get mad. Is that
I don't think our audience would get mad.
Okay.
We did a poll and it was like 50-50 whether you guys would like actually want to have Jay on. Mm-hmm. I'd do it because it'd be an interesting episode, and I think me and Fiscal would provide a drastically like different perspective to an interview where like it's not the same rinse and repeat questions that you're getting with all these other high yield channels.
Yeah.
Like we'd actually ask them like, "Hey, there's some people out there, I'm not going to name any names, come here, that like to kind of lie about your how do you deal with that as a manager? How do you be as transparent?" I think that would just be an interesting conversation. The only issue is getting him on at Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if he'd want to come on past office hours.
He did a Sunday for Kumair, and normally
Yeah, I take that back.
Blake's was actually like pre-recorded, so it could be one of those pre-recorded episodes if we needed it to be, you know.
Was that the one on our podcast with just me and him?
Brewing, yeah, it was on Brewing. Yeah, it was the one with you.
Yeah.
And
that one, we did that one the same day that I did my last interview with him, but because we couldn't do it live, we had a mix-up like with Andre that day, and so we pre-recorded it, and then I wasn't able to get it posted until like 2 weeks later.
Yeah. Because Blake and I talked about it a little bit behind the scenes, and he had explained to me that there was like this delay or something with posting it and such. Yep. But I thought you guys did a really good job on that, and it was just, I thought like Blake's questions were a little bit different than the ones you usually see Jay answering.
Right.
Yeah, and I know that. If I know that Blake's going to throw hardballs, so him navigating Blake's questions in particular, like, is the thing that made me interested in getting a chance to maybe talk to him myself. Yeah.
I never hold any questions back. I do crowdsource a lot of questions, which some people get picky about. I mean, I could either just come up with all the questions myself, but I like to take a lot of them from the audience.
Yeah.
I never hold back.
You're giving the audience what they want.
Yeah.
Khmer gives the audience what he wants.
So you've done some solo interviews with him too, then?
Oh yeah,
not just the one with Blake, huh?
Like 4, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And were they like different questions every time?
Yeah. Some of them, I joke around. Like I have a good rapport with him. So there was this one like, why ulti no go up, and so I ask him that every time now.
How long are they on average?
Between 30 and 60 minutes.
Dang, okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And they get views like crazy. He's very popular. Like I'll have 300 live members. Yeah.
Nice.
We might have to do it, Fiscal.
We might have to have you plug those at the end of the show so that people can go watch them. I think I think that would be interesting content. And then if they like those, then like vote to have Jay on the show, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it'll be that'd be so fun if we went to the YieldMax conference, Fiscal. I'd die. That'd be we can do like a New York vlog if it's in New York again, and like imagine Khmer's there. That would just be insane. That'd be like an actual wrestling WWE.
I wonder if he would tell me I'm not very smart at all in person.
In person, that would be awesome.
I'd go right behind him with a steel chair. He's like, "Oh, I don't know who you are." Boom.
Do the people's elbow.
God. He rocked him.
Yep. Well, Jay asked me, so he invited just me first. Then he's like, do you want your podcast people to come? And then he's like, do you want to invite anyone else? So, you know, I could have extended the invite to others, but only Andre could actually make it.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It is definitely smart from his perspective, though, and all the other fun managers. Because, like, we get emails, too, like on... I don't know about your channel, Fiscal, because it's not like a dividend channel or whatever. We get some on the CFK channel, and I get a lot on the Ryan Dangler show channel of just like these funds that I've never heard of before, like asking for an interview with one of the managers. It's like, it's cool, but like just not my thing. I'd only do Jay, I think. I think Jay's the only one I'd bring on.
Most of my main channel, most of the emails I get are between like me and Moo now.
Oh, for like a sponsorship?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Plug it, Fiscal. Plug it.
Yeah. Go to my channel and use my link, and
free money.
It benefits me greatly.
You know what's funny? So
I've seen the receipt.
I have a link for Seeking Alpha on all my videos, but because I haven't fixed the payment method, I probably have like a backlog of like payments from them.
You should do that. It's free money at this point.
Yeah.
Yep, just like high yield dividends.
Ooh, we've got what is he saying? Oh. Don't do that.
Yes, I thought you thought it was like a donation or something.
I like
Flip it right now.
I'm not pulling that comment up.
I can't see the comments actually.
I'll do it for half a second. There you go. Fiscal thought it was like a donation or something, and he's right.
I saw a channel member pop up and I got excited. You know,
We do read all of our channel members' comments. We have to.
Yeah.
Clearly,
ASML stock. Yeah, that's another one that a lot of people have been
yes.
harping
So,
on recently.
I know they had they don't dip often, but they recently had a bit of a misfire, and the stock took a hit. And it is definitely one where if it's in like the multiples or in the neighborhood of the low 20s, it's like, hey, they have basically a monopoly on what they do, and they service a sector that is basically primed for decades of growth still. So could be something to that. I know ASML used to be one of Stabulo's favorites too before he went all in MPW.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I'm sure they're an SHG. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
I'm sure I have exposure somehow.
Oh, do you guys like Schwab as a broker, by the way?
Buffoonery.
Before,
Yeah.
yeah, one word.
No.
I mean,
But yeah, no, I've got the biggest chunk of money in Schwab. Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody likes a bragger. No,
Well, I just get mad at
them,
like, because they rated Tesla an F,
Yeah.
so I just felt like they were a bit biased.
Also, they
Schwab
don't
sponsor us.
they only show you have 8,600 a month, not 10,000 a month.
Yeah.
They haven't fixed the dividend income yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
by the way,
Schwab's fault.
by the way,
But I will say, other brokers, like if you do want to do margin, other brokers are lower. I think Robinhood has the lowest rates.
Yeah, 100%. Robinhood Gold has a decent rate. M1 Plus has, or actually, I think M1 did away with Plus, and now everybody pays unless your balance is above a certain amount or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Moomoo actually has lower margin rates than Robinhood Gold.
Oh wow!
Self-promotion.
Yeah,
I like this.
Yeah. So, by the way, guys, if you're in my Discord, I have pinned the I've pinned the link, and also, it's been linked in all of my recent videos in the description, and it helps me greatly. And their margin rate again is lower than Robinhood Gold, and you don't have to pay anything to get that. There's no paid membership tier. It's just you sign up, you deposit your money, and you get what they give you.
High yield dividends. Schwab's. And by the way, everybody, for those of you who have a large amount of cash stored in your portfolio and don't have that in SGov, go do it right now.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the opportunity cost of not having my money in SGov. I was missing out on like $200 or $300 worth of like interest. It's technically dividends, but so get hyped, right? I'm getting like an extra $200 or $300 now, and I didn't even know. So I credit Fabio on that one. Put your money on SGov right now, and you're also a lot more patient when it comes to like selling your SGov to buy stocks. Like you're a lot more picky. So it's net positives.
So when you create a cash sweep account on Moomoo, you'll get 8.1% for the first 3 months, and then put it into SGov after that.
Yeah, take your
after the 3 months.
SGov's like 5%. Get your 8%.
Yeah. Because after the 8.1% expires after 3 months, it goes to 4.5%. So SGov becomes probably better after that.
Yeah.
Wait, how many months does the 8% last?
It's 3 months, so you'll get 3 months at 8%, but it's annualized. A lot of people, I've seen other people complain in other YouTubers' comment section like that it wasn't 8% per month, and it's like there is nothing except YieldMax can give you 8% per month.
Right.
Nothing except YieldMax. Any other drama?
Or mainly just that. So my channel and his channel, for about a week, we were in a little bit of a war, I would say, and we both lost subscribers and stuff. So it was kind of, as far as
literally war. You lost. Lost lives.
It was mutually assured destruction.
It was, yeah. But I know a lot of his people were like pissed at me, and I have people in my Discord that really hate him. I have to sometimes some of what these people say, like I have to like cut back on some of their comments. Like they really hate him. There's one guy, he's using the slogan. He calls it "Make Murata a gamer again." like sent him away from making finance videos.
Yeah,
That's his real name, by the way, Murata.
Yeah, we figured that out. Somebody texted that to me.
Yep.
Yeah, they got rid of the videos of him. Remember the ROTC videos?
Oh, they're gone.
They're gone now, magically.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah,
yeah.
I wonder if there's like ever going to be a point where like somebody realized that they got fucked over by Khmer, and if they take it, that extra step farther, I just wonder if somebody would ever actually like go to him in real life.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, because
I mean, unfortunately, I mean, I think it would be hard because the people that buy into his stuff, like, don't necessarily
they don't have enough money for gas. They can't get to him.
No, well, I was gonna say they're not intelligent enough to, investigate, figure out who he is, and like actually figure out how to take any kind of
yeah, it's fair,
like legal action or anything like that. And they wouldn't have the resources to retain an attorney or anything. Anyway, they're all I hate even saying this because I sound awful, but they're all just a bunch of brokies, like they're slow brokies. They're like room temperature IQ people with no money. That's who follows Khmer.
It would be funny if they're like handing out, like they're saying, "Oh, you got to check out this guy Khmer. Like he's a real, like he's made me so much money and high dividends." Like word of mouth.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody in there likes to claim that they have a lot of money and make a lot of money.
Yeah,
they don't. People who do that don't need to go like on Discord and say 9 figures before the decimal.
Right. What do you guys see the future of him being? You think he's going to last on YouTube?
Well, we do have a few betting odds right now on the Discord.
So Strongman thinks that YouTube is going to be his bailout.
Yeah.
Because if he keeps growing on YouTube, that the income he gets there will make up for all of his buffoonery, so to speak.
Yeah. He finally showed his ad revenue. So he went from not being monetized, not making any ad revenue, to finally showing it.
Making videos about us behind our back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
How much does he make?
Like $800 a month. So
not good, not like it's 10,000.
I figured that because you can go to Social Blade and see people's views, and so the finance CPM is like $8 per 1,000 views.
Yeah. Finance has the best CPM, which like even when like if I try really hard in a given month, I could probably get like a couple $100 out of my 2,000.
Not bad. Like good everybody.
My best month was I hit 500 one month. Last month I surpassed 300, but like it's tough. Like for the views that I get, like it's really, even though it's a higher CPM, it still seems like it's not much.
Yeah. Well, that's because I think it is like a smaller niche, and for some reason, people have stuck with Meet Kevin and Jeremy Lefebvre for years.
Hey, we make $13 a month, everybody. Right now, Cash Flow Kings, we make about $13 a month. So,
man, you got to get those memberships going.
I know. That's keep plugging them, Coach. Keep plugging them.
I'm gonna start memberships soon on my channel.
Yeah, you got to be like Tactical Stock Scalper, and I don't do this for the money. By the way, I have a channel membership now.
Yeah. I got into it with him a little bit, actually, in another Discord, and he finally apologized to me.
He apparently apologized to me, too. There was a random account that came in my server one day, and it's like, he tagged me, and he's like, "Hey, I apologize. This is Mike, the Tactical Stock Scalper. I apologize for everything. I plan on making some videos about it." And it was a guy that joined. He didn't say anything, and he hasn't said anything since. And it's like, I don't know. It could be. It could not be.
Do we have to... Is this the end of the arc then?
No, absolutely not.
Is he doing a face turn?
A formal apology of him on his hands and knees, saying subscribe to the Cash Flow Kings. Subscribe to the Cash Flow Kings. He's got to go in the middle of the hot dog stand. He's got to get on his hands and knees.
Yeah, he'd be an interesting guest. You should have him on.
Yeah, maybe that could be his way to redemption.
Man. We'd have to scrub like all the bad things we've said.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Well-
I'll believe when I see it.
Yeah. Back when we first did a video about Kumair, he was calling out Andre for his trades, and he was like, "Oh, show a real P&L," and then he did, and then he shut up.
I think that's a hilarious comment.
He's making things right with the Lord.
I know like, in spite of how he looks, I don't think he's terminally ill. He just always looks like that.
Yeah. You know what I can't figure out? I'm sure you guys notice this too, like the growth of certain channels versus others. Like so like Retire on Dividends, for example, he's a nice guy. I like him and all that, but man, like his growth compared to other channels, it's insane.
Yeah, what's he at right now? He's a frequent.
He's at like
sometimes
16,500. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should have him on sometime.
Or Dividend Talks.
Oh, I forgot, I haven't thought about him in forever.
Yeah, I try not to look at that.
I legitimately haven't. He has 54,000.
It stalled. It stalled after 50 for sure.
Wow. That's too bad. He's still making. Let's see. I haven't looked at the Dividend Talks channel.
Yeah, no, he's probably making a couple grand easy a month, if not more.
Yeah, I mean, a couple grand's a lot when you're living in your mom's flat in the UK.
Yeah.
Coach, we're reaching the 1 hour mark. I know you only said you had 1 hour, so we appreciate your time. If you have any parting words, comments, concerns, or plugs, most importantly, drop them right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I always am inspired by, Kumair's channel, and kidding. No, it's it's been good to be back on. Check out Live on Dividends Now is my channel name. And check out Cash Flow Kings, and check out Blake, check out Andre, and
Brewing Great Returns is a great show.
Yep.
I recommend everybody look for the interview that Coach and Blake did together with Jay, and look for Coach's one-on-one interviews with Jay. And then if you like those, let us know.
Watch our interviews with them
so that we can have Jay on the channel potentially.
Yeah, so when you all look for mine, it's basically, if you sort my videos, it's like the 4 highest watched videos.
Yeah. You should make them into a playlist. True.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been fun. Thanks for having me back on.
It was great.
Thank you, Coach. Watch your back at all times. I know you've been in that car for the last 55 minutes.
I'm watching it now.
Stay moving.
Oh, yeah.
I saw movement behind you. The Oracle has his ways.
No. He found me.
He's in your backseat with a piano wire.
I'll go get him now.
All right.
All right. See you guys.
Have a good one.
Wow, what a treat. Send prayers for Coach, everybody.
Hopefully he can evade the Oracle.
The Oracle. We'll stay on here for like 5 more minutes, answering 8 questions, concerns. It's not even past the 9 p.m. mark. We've had some shorter episodes, but next week is going to be a treat. That's all I have to say. Next week will be one of the rare episodes where we won't have a guest. And if it is a guest, it's probably going to be another, like, one of those reoccurring ones we have.
They'll be in and out, maybe. We might have
maybe open calls. We haven't done open calls in forever.
Yeah, have several people on. Maybe if anyone wants to put on a Halloween costume yourself and come on and be judged. Yeah.
Definitely. That would be great. The Cash Flow Kings, free channel membership for whoever has the best costume. No, I think my costume's going to be kick-ass. That's all I have to say.
All right. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have to pull that one?
I don't think we can. Are we
gonna get canceled? Is he trying to get us canceled?
I don't think we can. Yes, I don't even know if we do another weekly I think we just do a monthly recap. Fiscal. Have you been buying anything recently?
No, I haven't. Honestly, I haven't touched my portfolio this whole week.
Yeah, we aren't going to, unfortunately, guys, we aren't forcing transactions for the week.
I do have one thing. If, by the way, I'm just asking this question. You guys can come to me on Discord and let me know. Does anybody here live in the LA area?
You looking for Molly or something? Some coke?
No. But I will be there in the near future.
No, I don't think anybody. Not at the top of my head. No, it is not Steve. Actually, I mean, you could interpret it. It's once you'll see it, you'll absolutely be like, how did I not see that coming?
Oh, what? That's not true. That isn't
What's
true.
a costume?
No.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. Yeah, it's not true. He lives near me. If
Yeah,
I wanted
yeah.
to, I could.
Don't-
Or if
don't
I wanted
lie.
to, I could be at your house in 2 hours.
Don't lie to me.
Oh, I got into a road rage incident today. So
Yeah.
I was at the BJJ Open mats earlier this morning. It was a very hard session. So unfortunately, I found when I'm a little bit less cautious as a driver after a real good workout session. Have you ever been like that, Fiscal?
Yeah. I've been keyed
So
up.
I went up to the stop sign, went a little fast. I didn't blow through it, but there's this guy that's there before me. So obviously he has the right of way, but he's not going. I've stopped at the stop sign. He's not going. He has his turn signal on. So I'm assuming he's letting me go. So I go. I have all 4 windows down because I want to clear the air out of the car. This guy starts going as I'm halfway through the street, and he's just looking at me. And I'm like, okay, my bad. And I'm like saying it to him. But then he lays down on the horn for an obnoxious 7 or 8 seconds. And I just mouthed the biggest fuck you out to him. I said it twice to him. I felt pretty badass. I'm not one for causing drama and violence. I think if you guys actually know me, you know I'm a pretty passive person, but he had it coming. Yeah, you got the adrenaline.
I drove for 6 hours today and no road rage incidents.
Oh, so. Where do you go? You go to the border?
Yeah, you could say something like that.
Timbits. It's Timbits. Timbits Tuesday is now a holiday as far as I'm concerned. I bet they're so. I'm addicted now. Yeah, I should come to Arizona sometime. I don't want to dox you, but that's a big state.
I mean, during the winter when it's cold where you are, it's like 70 here.
Yeah, I should. I really. It's more about finding time because it's hard with school, the breaks.
Yeah, but you get breaks. Yeah.
Our March break isn't even that good. Like maybe in 2 years, we got to do that Vegas CFK meetup. That has to happen.
Of course, yeah, Vegas has to happen.
I'm trying to say I'm just capital mindset. Good to see the show, guys. If he does, I will die. He comes on. We tire on dividends, dresses up as Fabio. It's an accurate costume. He's got the glasses, the haircut, the tank.
I will lose my mind if that happens.
Yeah. Timid, yes. Timid, yeah, absolutely. But is that true or false?
It's true to an extent.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of homeless people, and it's either drugs or mental illness.
So bad, it's so nasty. Oh, we also have our election show. That's like in 2 weeks. That's crazy. Our election night cash flow kings. That's just gonna be. That's gonna be a show. That's all I. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm staying up.
Is it the 4th or what's the date on that?
That's the 5th.
It's the 5th.
My birthday. It's by the way, everybody, my birthday is on a Saturday.
Better buy channel memberships for that.
Yeah, I know. You guys gotta give me all your money.
It's his birthday.
Yeah, it's the birthday, so
it's required.
Yeah. All right, everybody. No weekly recap once again. There's nothing to recap. There's nothing to recap.
Yep. I might have gotten $3 worth of interest or something.
Yeah, absolutely. I sold out of S&P Global. That's like my one big transaction. I indexed it, so there you go.
There you go.
High Tide's doing very good, and the portfolio is doing suspiciously good. Will it last? I don't know. Catch us next Saturday for the Halloween special. It will be a show. All I have to say. Thank you all for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe, do dividend stocks on drugs, and of course, cash flow is king. Oh, yeah.